I need affection. Drop in my space. Get out my space. Get out my face. I can't believe we made it this far. 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 This guy. And I can't believe I made it this far. Turn it off, turn it off. I'm just trying to tell you how I feel, tell you how I feel. I've been on turn down. Too much, but turn down, turn down. Too much, but turn down, turn down. We ran the Broncos right through the. We ran the Broncos right through the. She bought the Broncos right through the. Ain't no stop, nothing going on. They know we about to run again, hands on us. I got that thing on me, I'm ripping no smoke. You know this ain't no motherfucker. Everything gon' go. This that tight for. Take the real space, and the fake it gone. They don't take on. They don't niggas gone. See my ass alone. I've been on my own. I've been on my own. I fell on my face. I got up my own. I fell on my face. I got up on my own. I fell on my face. Got up on my own. I just left the studio. I just left the studio. Did 24 songs. I've been on my shit. I've been out the green. I can't disappear. I gotta watch my kids. I gotta watch my shit. I gotta watch my sis. Everything get better. Shit don't make no sense. Shit don't make no. I don't let some fun. Niggas always mad. I'm good for the all. I'm good for the all. Yeah, I'm wrong. Told you this up. They believe in love. They believe us all. They believe us all.
Chad, baby, it is Monday. Hope you guys are ready. We're about to lock it in a new week, new opportunities. So hope you guys are ready. Obviously, a good weekend. Box smashing it out of the park. I think the best scenario for them to win the rugby championship this year. So hope you guys are ready. Order should be good. Kings, how are you feeling, my brother?
Hey, feeling good, bro. Feeling good. Locked and loaded for this week. Yeah, good weekend, eh? Your side?
A little bit of a flu that came through, but dealt with that. So hope that's under control. Chat, how are you guys feeling? Hope everyone is feeling good and solid. Let's just check your video coming through. Beautiful. Chat, okay, we're gonna get cracking here very shortly. Let me just check. I don't know why this camera feels out of place there. Is that better? I don't know. Sitting in a dark room. Chat, but before we start, as always, let's start off with prayer. And before we pray, I'm already in some gold shorts. We'll see how that's going to play out, but I'll go through it right now. And before we start, the Bible says if you do not know how to pray, pray this very simple prayer. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses. We forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever and ever. And if you believe that, you can drop an amen in the chat right now.
Amen.
Amen. Amen. Beautiful, chat. Anyone else believe it? Okay, Michaela believes it. Lyndon. All right, there we go, chat. Let's get straight into it, chat. One stream today, so I want you guys to be fully locked in here with us this morning. Labor Day in Canada and in the US, so North American session not happening today, so no stream. What I will try and do is I'm going to take my daughter to the tennis. And once I get home, we're going to do a little bit of a backtesting session with the Project G members on the gold strat. So I will just let you guys know about that. But I do think we can drop an hour in there, do a little bit of backtesting. But Chad, big one this week. Nothing too major happening today. Tuesday, we've got some CPI coming out of Switzerland. ISM manufacturing PMIs on Tuesday as well. Wednesday, quite a big deck of data coming out of the Asian Pacific region. Let me just check this week here quickly. Big one. Why is it only showing me till Tuesday? That is so weird. Chat, give me 1 second here. This week. There we go. Okay. So Wednesday, we've got interest rate decision coming out of Canada, expecting a cut to 4.25. So remember, I told you guys post-COVID, Canada was the first one to jump with hiking rates. Inflation was starting to flare up there. They were the first to actually lead. So it seems they're going to be the first to cut out of the North American region. And then Thursday, we've got some retail sales coming out. And then the big one leading into Friday is NFP, baby. That is the big one everyone is waiting for. And a little bit of a surprise. Went through some data last night. It is going to be a surprising one for Friday. So just be aware. Friday could be a little bit different to what we had previously. But that's all I'm saying. But starting off the week, DXY this week, I am cautiously bullish. Cautiously, that's what that C/bullish is for. Cautiously bullish because we closed bullish. We held just above that 200 EMA, so that's why you'll see I've marked that out. If we can hold that 200 weekly EMA, things are going to start going a little bit bullish here for the dollar. Then also the daily, nice break above this previous swing high formation. That high took out a low. So we are now officially potentially breaking market structure back to the upside. And I am somewhat bullish on the dollar as well on the day. So 5-minute time frame, let's check it out quickly. Asia range now being taken, Asia lows being taken. Very simple going into this session. Just remember, as Keegan also says, you can't defend if there's no goalie in the goal box. So dollar offline today. So you could see some dollar selling happening here because obviously no real transactions going through on the dollar. Banks are closed in North America. So you could see some dollar pressure going into the session. All right. Daily time frame. What do we have on US30? Weekly time frame. Weekly, I am still somewhat bullish, guys. So last week we were bullish. This week, same idea here. We broke above that. But at what stage do we come back on the weekly to retest this breakout zone? And if we even come back to retest it, I don't know, but we are still bullish. So please monitor last week's high. That's where the volume is going to come in. Daily time frame, also bullish. Here you can clearly see a nice breakout out of that range. We talked to you guys on Friday, Thursday and Friday about that. So bullish on the day. 5-minute time frame. What do we have here? Asia lows now being tested. Asia lows. So we're going to see what's going to happen here at Asia lows. Daily EQ all the way down here. Daily pivot all the way down here. So we're going to see what's going to happen. But I would say this zone right here, this zone you need to monitor. Nizam, Sam, Samai, thank you so much. These two black lines, something that Nizam showed me. Gonna do some testing on that, get some data, but that's something we will share with you guys a little bit later in this month or next month. Nasdaq weekly, I am technically bearish on Nasdaq. That is the weird thing for me. But here's the thing, two things to look out for on Nasdaq on the weekly is if we can start breaking above last week's high, the bearish scenario is out of the window. But we've got this entire wick to fall to the downside. So that's why I'm bearish on the weekly. Daily time frame also, here's that zone on the daily that I spoke about, just chat. for how long we've been speaking about this neckline being broken. And now if we can get a closure back above that and actually take out these localized highs there, then I think the Nas bull case is back on the table. But up until then, we could see some selling pressure for the Nasdaq. Let me just actually take out this gray box here. Chad, easy one for me here. If we hold this 200, let me just do this quickly. If we hold this 200 and we come back into the Asia range, things can start to look bullish. Otherwise, once we start breaking below that 200 weekly pivot all the way down there, EQ all the way down there, you could see some selling. All right, gold, weekly time frame. What do we have on the week? Weekly is an inside week. I'm actually bearish. Neutral. Daily, are we going to look at it now? I'm neutral on the week purely due to the fact that we closed inside the previous weekly high and low. Daily time frame, I'm bearish, Chad. And the reason I'm bearish is because we failed to hold above that breakout zone there on the daily. Even though this barely closed below, but if you pull from the left here and you pull something like that, a zone like this, you can see that we closed below that. And unless we close back above that, I am bearish on the day. That is also why I took some shorts here on gold this morning. 4-hour strat, I want to show you guys now. 4-hour beautiful break here below. So there's your break, first little break of structure we've got in this range. And if I look left here, where can we trade to? We can trade all the way down here, Chad. There's your first 4-hour demand zone. So if we can get it, we can get it. I actually took 2 positions. My average price is right where we're at now. So if you want to get in, you can get in. I'll actually draw it out here for us now. Stop loss is 2510, 24. Swing position here, first one in over a week, and we are going for this level down here. All right, so that's my average price. Gold shorts. What I will say though is I will, if we don't hit stops, if gold just doesn't decide to push up now, what I will do is I will actually manage this trade if we close something like this on the 4-hour, okay? Because then we've created a double bottom, we've broken back above this area of resistance there, and that just shows me we cannot go lower. All right, so there is some space to manage the trade. If not, we're going to hit a stop. Otherwise, we're going to hit a take profit here. 5-minute time frame. Let's quickly check on the 5-minute. Actually going to go over to the grid now. Let's check what the grid is doing. 2500 key level here. We're going to need to see what we do at this zone right here. That is the zone for potential sell continuations from here. This is also where we're going to try and get into some scalps. I would say, however, if we start trading above the Asia highs, I would start looking long. Okay, if we start trading above there, I would start looking long. Otherwise, I will just be content with the swing position we have. There's your daily flip. If we flip back bullish on the day, we are going to go bullish. And also one thing to consider is the following. We took a previous daily low, we took a previous weekly low, and now we're trading back above. So if this trade comes to play and we get back into profit and we start moving into the open, I want to see us actually break and hold below this zone right here. This is our management zone where we can see either price reject there, because we haven't tested that level though. That's the thing. But yeah, I'm liking the shorts. Yeah, EMAs are pointing downwards. AD, however, on the other hand, is showing some buying pressure coming in here. So could be on the wrong side here this morning, but the 4-hour giving me the structure, giving me the play. So I'm more than happy to take the shot at it. And then Hang Seng closing down almost 1.8% on the day. So we're looking for shorts on the JSE. Broker has now officially, 4 days later, funds have now officially hit in the account. So I will let you guys know when I take the shorts on the JSE. Going to wait for the open. And once we get that opening range, I will get into some positions. I will let you guys know. But that is the short and the sweet from me. Over to Keegs.
All right, guys. So yeah, starting off with DXY. What am I looking for? Quite simple, guys. We're going to take a bit more of a neutral position on the weekly, purely being I just want to see what basically today, tomorrow possibly opens up as, leading into obviously the rest of the week. This is a big week. We got NFP coming out this week, so we don't want to try to jump the gun on anything like that. But straight off the rip, we know obviously we closed into the zone. We held the support, trading up. So for me, you guys will know that just means very simply I want to be trading bullish. So to the next level, or the top point of this range, which is that 101.550, which we haven't retested since the breakaway. So this level definitely becomes the target for me. When we start going into the 4 hour, as much as we are seeing this pullback now, and that's what makes it tricky for us, is we could have a very much bearish day because obviously we have a closed market. So as Chris was saying, it's very easy to score when there's no goalie. So again, we could see that short-term momentum from DXY giving us that pullback, daily pivot we're at the moment, possibly even the EQ, and then trading bullish again after that. So if we can get any smallish closure and nothing major, I think DXY definitely can survive this. But again, we just want to see what the damage is going to be at the end of the session. We've obviously traded one way, again knowing that this is going to be a weak day for the dollar, trading down, breaking Asia lows, now at the daily pivot. EQ, you got the 200 down there. So we just want to see at some point if we get that turnaround. Understanding, for example, that we trade majority US pairs or US based pairs, again, that does really mess with our analysis. So not only a thing for trading, I hate being that person, but for me, it is always a cuck time to trade because it does, in a way, manipulate your trade and understanding of the markets, the way they're going to move. So it does make it a bit tougher for us. We can anticipate already much smaller moves. We can anticipate a lot of manipulation moves. So we're just going to have to play it small and quickly and see what happens. But DXY, as you said, I am more on the bullish side, but we are having a neutral outlook still. Going up to the indices, for me, guys, indices as well, I'm actually taking more bearish long term, but with a neutral outlook on the weekly, purely because if we look on the weekly, we've been having our major move down. So for me, two things is that we broke, obviously we saw this massive rejection from there. We started trading all the way back down. Nasdaq trying to have its revival, and we came basically to this neckline over here and now rejected twice. So for 2 weeks with a rejection, first week rejecting, second week rejecting, closing bearish. That's slowly building that momentum for us. And then as we can see, still just stepping lower. So as much as this was that Friday move going bullish was still the test of this daily key level and closing bearish underneath that. So I am still going to be on the bearish side, but very, very simple. Looking at the neutral things, we want to see how Monday, Tuesday close before we really can start making any major adjustments there. When we look here, obviously traded up, Asia highs test, down, Asia lows, back to the daily key level, then breaking Asia lows. Now we're in that 4 hour support area. So we want to see what's going to happen over here. But daily pivot, weekly pivot, EQ all underneath us. So again, we can also see the 200. So if we do get under that and we can hold, we can see that bearish move. But as I was saying, this does make it hard when you got a bank holiday trying to trade these US pairs. So going over to US 30, you guys are going to see I am in a trade already. This was sent to the Project G guys. This is basically the grabber kick for today. So we'll talk about that trade. But we can also see, again, when we are looking where US 30 is, it does become a bit of a trickier one because, I mean, definitely on the weekly, you can see we're still bullish. But now you're trying to obviously understand where we are at, what's happening with the markets, or what do we see, any type of reversals, turnarounds. So again, it is a Monday, Tuesday, and that's what I'm saying. You can definitely see some potential pullbacks. Obviously, we've had a major bullish move again, so we already can have the idea. We want to see some type of pullback to make that bottom wick. So daily pivot, EQ, even the weekly pivot all the way underneath us. So could this just be the move to test that lower to go bullish afterwards? Or are we actually going to get the Monday, Tuesday to continue bullish and then flipping bearish after that? We're going to have to just see. But on the 4 hour thing for me is you can see, obviously, we have these highs. We did close lower. We had another rejection, another basically doji candle. And we've always said that for me, with indices, the doji always actually represents more continuation, a lot more frequently than actually a reversal. So we're just going to take that one into consideration. Now when we look here on the trade, Very, very simple. You guys know this. We traded up. So how I'm in the grabber kick for today is an idea where we traded Asia highs, then basically the Asia lows here. We could see the fake out, the trade back in, now breaking again. Probability always to this, we're almost likely to see that continuation move. So seeing that break, we did have a little bit of a break, the retest, another break again. And this is what's making it hard, as I said to you guys. You trade in a pair that's closed, so we're really not going to get price moving the way we want to. But again, when there's a rule, there's a strategy, there's an approach, you got to still take it. So obviously we got the entry. Now we basically target the EQ after that. So very, very simple idea behind the trade here. But as I say, we might be sitting in this trade the whole flipping day with price and a closed US bank. So not going to be the best one, but we're still there. We're making the moves. So we'll see what happens here with this one. Then going over to gold. Gold for me, again, very much the same things. On the weekly, I'm actually definitely bearish. And on the daily, a bit of a neutral one. So we spoke about this last week, saying that we definitely were flipping bearish already. Reason being, obviously, we had that continuations. So we could see, obviously, closing bearish. There was that rejection area. Closed bearish again after that. Also closing below. Now when we start looking on the daily, we spoke about it that we had the retest. Closed bullish, but still holding that level underneath. Tested the level, closed even further down, closing bearish. If you guys can remember, the monthly R1 for last month was here, so we were rejected off that R1 the whole time. And then obviously, again, after this push up, the next day closing bearish and also taking out those lows. So that really was a big point there for us. Now that we are starting to go down, we are at 2500, so that is a major area for us again. But we also talk about even as much as a key area gets tested, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, it's eventually going to give. So we can see the times how price aggressively came off of this area. Now we had a break past, a little bit of a pullback, and now we're right back in there again. So I am looking to see exactly what it's doing now. More the break underneath, the retest, the aggressive rejection off of it, and the continuation to the downside. So very, very similar. Asia highs all the way up here. Trade all the way down to Asia lows. If we can already hold at that psychological key level, we are then going to see us trading back down, taking out this previous daily low, previous weekly low at the same time, and then Asia lows, so that big continuation sell off coming from there. Then personally, I'm going to say I'm going to be, if we can get that in, targeting basically around the daily S2. So yeah, 24.77 again, around about this area. Yeah, so could see a very nice sell off on gold as well today. So for me, anything under previous daily lows, previous weekly low, once we've rejected this, I'll be looking for the sells over here. But that is everything from our side.
Alrighty, chat, in record time. There's the gold trade that we in 4 hour did speak about it. So beautiful. Let's check this pass. Wait, here we go. Here we go. So ideally what we want to see is that 4 hour wick being filled. And I would say if we can get to Asia lows, that's where I will go break even on this trade, on this gold trade. And yeah, Chad, let's see how she plays. Would be a banger if we can start the week off here with a nice little win. That's going to give us some margin. JSE going to wait for that opening 15-minute range. Going to take the break of the high or the low there. So we're going to wait quite a bit to go through here this morning. And then obviously US 30, no North American session today, so I don't expect much on the futures, chat. If I'm very honest, I think they're just gonna park it in a range. Yeah, gonna switch on some algos just to buy and sell it into a range. So not expecting anything there. Dollar, interesting one, breaking below that Asia low level. So we're gonna see. Chat, also remember monthly candles closing over the weekend. So these are the new monthly candles being formed. Even though it's the second, it's the first trading day of the new month. All right. Let me check here quickly. Alrighty. Just going through what we received on New Squawk. Give me a second there, chat. Let me just bring this across here quickly. Just going to go through some headlines that I was checking out. Equities, US stocks saw US stocks saw two-way price action, but ultimately closed well in the green with outperformance in the Nasdaq after a slew of strong tech updates. There was also a wave of buying into heavyweight stocks into a closing bell, likely related to month-end flows. On the last trading day of the month, saw S&P close out at intraday highs. SPX closing positive 1% at 5,648. Nasdaq 1.29, 19,575. Dow Jones Industrial average 0.55, 14,156. And the RUT closing up 0.67. Okay, then the other one I wanted to point out was commodities. Spot gold gradually edged low and fitting with broader price action across commodities and dipped under the 2,500 per ounce, $2,500 mark. All right. Data recap. Don't want to really go through that. Middle East, US President Biden considering presenting Israel and Hamas a final proposal for hostage release and ceasefire in Gaza later this week. Israel recovered the bodies of 6 hostages from a tunnel in Gaza. Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu, following the weekend death of 6 hostages in Gaza, said Israel will not rest until it reaches those in Hamas who murdered the hostages. Hamas official blamed Israel for the death of hostages and said Israel is unwilling to reach a deal. The Yemen's Houthis said they targeted MV Groton vessel in Gulf of Aden for second time. U.S. official Washington will hold intensive contacts in the coming hours to see the possibility of reaching an agreement. Israeli Union calls for general strike as protesters across country demand Gaza hostage deal. Russia will make changes to its nuclear doctrine according to TASS, citing the deputy foreign minister. A fire caused by a drone strike at the Moscow oil refinery has been contained. Several blasts heard in Ukraine capital Kyiv. Poland activated its aircraft to ensure airspace security. China Coast Guard vessel deliberately collided 3 times with the Philippine Coast Guard vessel, exercising its freedom of navigation in the Philippines. ECB policymakers increasingly at odds on the outlook for growth, with some fearing a recession, others focusing on lingering inflation pressures. The far-right alternative for Germany, AfD, will claim a clear victory in state parliamentary elections in the German state of Thuringia, well ahead of the second-place conservative Christian Democrat CDU initial exit polls show. German state of Saxony sees CDU projected to win 31.9 and AfD with 30.6. And then Latin America, Mexican judge ordered Congress not to discuss controversial judicial reform. Okay, so not too much coming through the lights there. Chat markets are open and in motion, baby. It is the official round 1. Last quarter of the year, first trading day of the new month, September. It is spring wherever you are in South Africa. I don't know where elsewhere. I think it's some in Europe, if I'm not mistaken, or getting to the end of summer. But Chad, round 1, fight. Here we go. Let's check the JSE. All right, expected that bearish move down. Let's see what she does. Okay. All right, let's go through the chat here while we wait for that shuffle. What US study do you guys use? Mine is far off on my MetaTrader compared to a handout on TradingView. Ethan, I've been using this FM Markets one. FB Markets. That's the closest to what I can get to what's showing on my 41502. It's still 20 points out. Still 20 points out. Let's check here on this side quickly. Let's check here US 30. I don't think I've found one that's consistent with anything that's on MetaTrader as of yet. Some of them are futures, some of them are cash market. Where is US 30? Or is it? Oh, there's it. Okay, let's check here. Templates. $41,522. Okay, so I see markets is basically in line with this one. FTMO is completely not completely different, 20 points out from what we're seeing on FP, but so far FP markets is the closest one, my brother. That's the closest one I can give you at this stage of the fight. Alrighty, let's get that opening range. What's Nas doing? Yo, chat, I think gold is gonna be solid as soon as we flip bearish on this 4 hour. I think as soon as this 4 hour can flip bearish and take out the current 4 hour low, I think we're solid. I think we can then get that push of volume to the downside. So let's see here. And then JSE, we're just going to wait for that 15-minute opening range. And then we're going to wait for a fight. There was a gentleman in the chat that was going to send me that orb webinar. Bro always kills me with the whistle at market open. Hey, man. Yeah, please send me that if you can. My one account is 101 points difference than my others, 33. Michael, I think the easiest is just to use the candles. So using the candles where you enter. Oh, Brian. Okay, yeah, sweet, my brother. Thanks, man. Yeah, Chad, and had a good meeting with Nazam, one of the members. His wife Amina. I think you guys would have always seen her in the chat here as well. So quite an interesting outlook that Nazam also brings to the table here. So we're gonna dive a little bit into that at a later stage this month. We had some brainstorming ideas last night. That's the beauty of this community coming together, putting our minds. I see 8 cap, dude. It's so weird. So many different prices coming through. Yeah, Chad. Hopefully this week we can lock in the dates for the Cape Town trip, the meet and greet in Cape Town. We'll look to lock it in this week, like we said, closer to the end of this month, September. Short week for me. Friday, I'm going to be here in the morning session. And then I need to be at the hospital at 12. And then roundabout, I don't know why I need to be there so long beforehand, but 2 o'clock, then they carting, I think there's 5 or 6 of us carting us away to get that snip done. Hey man, it's been, I've been thinking about it the weekend, that date is creeping up, but gotta man up, gotta do it. Gotta do it. And then also today we've got a meeting with New Squawk at 12, so I'll let you guys know what comes from that. So hopefully some some good things can come from that meeting to see how we can leverage this data. They're also going to give us a nice little demo of the entire platform. So Chris, I pray all the best, lol, and no fingers formed against you will prosper. Hey, man. Paid for my vault funded journey this weekend. I'm excited to get going. See this season of my trading takes me nature. Beautiful, my brother. Beautiful, beautiful. Seeing some solid payouts going out this morning again. Where was it? Yeah, some big boy payouts. Let's check it out here. $8,000. $8,000 made on a 25K account.
Justice.
Yeah, $8,000 going out. Yeah, Chad, just that I need to be very careful here on what I say here, but Chad, I don't think these are people from our community, but guys, please don't try to rig the system. There's a lot of measures in place. If you want to make money on a prop firm, do it the right way. Don't do weird stuff. We've had massive payouts. People doing it right. So unfortunately, we had to terminate a client. But anyways, so yeah, the service is there to be used. Use it correctly. If you're gonna try and do weird stuff, collaborating between accounts, buying 25 accounts, hedging Chad, it's that's not what it's about. And
so, because just letting the guys know they are now break even on the USD
let me just go to Keeks quickly. Oh, beautiful grab ski there. Chris Keeks, I know you just finished off the last boot camp, but any idea when the next one will be hosted or still to be confirmed? John Maria, were you part of the last one, Jean? Were you part of the last one? Keeks, I think what we can do is any guys that maybe joined after that last one, maybe to send them the links as well. What do you rate?
What do you mean?
Guys that joined Project G after the last boot camp.
Yeah, we can.
Maybe just as a welcome. John, if you were part of it, let me know. Keeks and 9K, Chris had 1 million payout. Just listen to these guys and stop being weird. More volume on US30 this morning than a normal London session. Hey, man. I think that is very surprising. Keeks just starting you guys off strong here this morning. Morning, cheese. Niku, good morning, good morning.
I told the guys we locked in for this week, bro.
Alrighty, JSE, let's see what she does. Let's see. Dude, I was thinking about the names we've given some of the stuff. The firecracker, the satchel, the grabber kick. If somebody had to come from the outside, like, okay, so there's a grabber kick, there's a firecracker, there's the Mostrat. Dude, what are these names? Like, Unfortunately, missed the 3 days. Literally signed up beginning last week. Jean, do me a favor. What is that email for? Is it 2Gs? I'm not 100% sure. What is that?
Which one?
The 2G support one.
Oh, it's support at 2Gs.
Just 2Gs.
Dash trade.com.
Will you type it in a Keek's gonna type it in the chat there. We'll send you those links for it. Ons gaan moet daai prima ook inwerk, Chris. Dis baie eksklusief. Andre, ons werk nog aan die prima strat. Ons werk nog aan die prima strat. It's that dash that gets me every time, bro. I don't know if the dash is there, if it's not there. Good morning to G's and the community. Good morning, Tadiso, Korisang. Thanks, Chris. Appreciate it. 100%, my bro. Do you take the grabber on the prop account or just personal?
Oh, that's my personal, bro.
Personal.
We after last week, bro. There's some damage control that's to get done on the prop, so I'm not taking all these multiple strats on the prop, bro.
Hey, all right, chat. So we've got our opening range on the JSE. Account is live today, so I'm just gonna go P for TP, and you guys already break even with Keegan. So beautiful start to the day. So I'll check you guys now. Had quite a bit of water to drink, so 2 P's down already. So one more, so that's going to be a TP for Keegan's trade. It's going to be a TP for the gold trade, and this P I'm going to do now is going to be for the JSE trade. So 3 P's for 3 TPs. Let's go, baby. But I want to be consistent with the gravity.
Ah, you must, bro.
Every night, get that account ready in the morning.
I literally, bro, what I do is literally when I wake up, first thing in the morning, I do it. Yeah, guys, I don't know who's all in the grabber kick out with us, but this is going to be a nice, like, 5R trade. So it should be a good one. So it's up to you guys to take your profits when you want. The break-even point was, I think, 1.5, if I'm correct. I think we're approaching 2R now. Yeah, there's 2R there. So a lot of places, this is also where you normally can always jump out. But at the start of the week, this is a beautiful trade for me. So I'm going to go for it. So you can either jump out here, or you can hold till full TP. It's up to you. What we can do is and there's TP2.
TP time already.
Yeah. That is your 2R, guys. As I said, literally hit TP2 perfectly. You guys can jump out there if you want to. That is basically the double the account. So if you guys know the grabber kick, the idea is also when you want the high RR with, or the high win rate with the grabber kick, it's always a 1 to 2, because basically you're risking the account. So 1 to 2, you double the account basically. So if you're risking 1,000 Rand, that makes you 2,000 Rand. You get what I'm saying? So yeah,
Some wallet padders early on a Monday.
and then full TPs at the bottom. So for let's just say obviously each TP is basically 1,000. So you there and you hold till full TP is like 5k. But as I say, that's up to you guys. But yeah, I'm holding for full TP, but I just thought mark it out for you guys.
Jared, no NY session today, my brother. It is Labor Day in North America. So it is Labor Day. The boys are laboring.
Going for 80 pips only. Started fresh account. Like the trade idea. Hey, awesome, man. I'm out at TP2. Thank you, Keegs. Awesome, bro. Awesome. In on the grabber kick. Absolutely beautiful.
P4 TP. Hey, Euros quite early on. Let's just change Euros because Euros.
Bro, Heroes is bringing the vibes there today.
Nah, bro. Euros. You dig Euros?
Nah, it is a good song, bro.
I feel Euros is a bit of a downer. It's like when you've got a bride at your house, and that's the song where you signal the guys now to start going home. It's like
that's the nice version if you don't want to just play like closing time.
Yeah, it's like okay, guys, you've been here. I don't know, Chad. You get those people that don't leave. They don't know when to leave. Like that's usually when I start getting the vacuum cleaner out. I start washing dishes, and I still chill at my house. And it's like, yo, bro, now's actually the time. This me doing dishes. This is me telling you to leave now. And then they're like, Chris, no man. I'm like, no, you need to go, my bro.
No man.
Like when we had home cell, hey Chad, those home cell people, they don't want to leave, my bro. Like, yeah, 9 o'clock, 9:30. I'm like, sure, vacuum cleaner out.
They just want another coffee and biscuit.
Bro, I'm vacuuming, I'm washing dishes. Elsbie soos, jy's ongeskik. Ek soos nee. Julle nie huis in nie. Julle moet bietjie by die huis kom nou. I love all of you guys, but you guys need to go home now. Go pray at home. No, okay. Nila. Ew. Nah, bro. Those cell people, they'll chow your cookies and whatever. At one stage, I told Alsby no more cookies. Coffee. Ons is uit koffie uit, julle. Koffie is klaar.
Did you not take the grabber today, bro?
Nah, I was too flipping busy trying to sort out that deposit with... No, it's a stat, bro. Straight, like, not even ranging, just straight up.
The initial deep entry was... Because, I mean, I entered literally there, bro. That candle. So, you sat through a bit of drawdown, then it ranged, and then you got your breakaway.
Quick and easy. I think that's going to be the easiest trade of the week.
W Keys, move stop loss to break even, hold until full TP. TP hit, solid trade Keys. Shot, guys.
Young TP ski. TPC Sawgrass. Great start to the week. Incredible start.
Remember, guys, it's not about the setback. It's about the comeback. Remember those wise words once spoken by a scammer.
It's good to see these trades, especially with Rolio lurking.
Rayleigh, bro, they met with the pressure on. He's like, yeah, gotta bring my A game.
Chad, just so you know, Rolio is in Project G. So everything needs to be very calculated. Putting our best foot forward now. We don't want to see a thing coming on Project G exposed. But yeah, he is in Project G. He's busy busy reviewing us. So let's see what when that comes out. Project G exposed. I still laugh, Chad. I still laughed. I told Keeks, listen, bro, Rolio is in Project G. And Keeks is like, yo, imagine this is now a cuck month for us. When Rolio is in the mix here. Alright, Chad. Let me just go here quickly. Have you locked it in the Keeks, or are you going for full TP?
Full TP.
What will you make? Did you deposit 2K? Eh? 2K. And how much is it sitting now? Like 4K profit already. That's almost like an NFP bag for 5.8 profit. Is it so already? Is it 6K? So it's 8. The account is almost at 8K. Or is it 6K with the?
No, 6K profit. Each PP is
a 2K. Sheesh. Chad. Rolio is in Project G for full trans. Amina. Naughty. Amina, naughty, transparency. Yeah, no, so. No, I think it's good. I think there's so many bad reviews out there. And I actually asked Rolio. And I said, because Rolio asked me, he's like, listen, yeah, I've seen some of this Project G stuff pop on. And he was asking about it. And I said, listen, yeah. We've been doing Project G now for 2 months. And I said, I'm more than happy to add you. And added him last week, Wednesday, I think. And I said, go and check it out. And yeah, we'll see what comes from it. So nothing to hide yet, Chad. Everything we do is on YouTube. Everything we say is on YouTube. So there's honestly nothing to hide here. Yeah, if there was anything that we were trying to hide or falsely advertise, yeah, I don't think we would have allowed Rolio on. So which assets is this? This is US30, my brother. This is US30. The results speak for themselves. Yes. Did you watch the podcast? Michaela, no, unfortunately not. I was a little bit flu. I'm still not feeling 100%. Had a little bit of a flu over the weekend. It's started with like a runny nose, you know, that head cold. So Saturday night, straight after the game, went to bed early, woke up at 5 on Sunday morning, did some work. Sunday medicated again, slept a little bit the afternoon, had to call the evening, and then went to bed early again last night. So just to get rid of this head cold. So couldn't really watch it. I want to really sit down and watch it. And then also had to do quite a bit of work for the CRM on Vault Funder. So I'm out W trade. Beautiful. Sheesh, Kicks. What a flippin' trade, my bro. Well done.
TP3, baby.
Love from India. Harsh Sharma.
Hey,
Beautiful.
our Indian brothers.
First international trip for Keeks will be India, Chad. Chad, one thing we need to speak about is Don. Don crashing his trading career right in front of our eyes. Sad day. If the allegations are true that he had an equity deal with Blueberry, hey Chad, just horrific. Some speculating $3 million were invested into that PAM. Keys, that's almost 60 million rand obliterated
In one day.
Sure. But you know what's weird though for me, Keeks? If you look at how rangy gold was, the way that he trades, this should have actually suited him because the way that he holds. So for him to blow up in a range, that is very, very odd. That is very, very odd, but it's sad, Chad. It is. And obviously Raja all over it. Yeah, that guy.
Did you watch the podcast from Friday, Chris?
No, not yet. I told him I was a little bit under the weather.
125 ZAR up on my 140k account, was 600 down. Hey, beautiful man. Your massive trade, your Keys massive trade. Thanks, man. Hey.
John, what the boys pipping and dipping before we even got the shuffle here. Chad, JSE trade, waiting for that previous daily low test. If we get it, as mentioned, we're looking short because Hang Seng obviously leading the way short. So let's see. There's our opening range. Told you guys, waiting for the break. So all we're going to wait for now is once we get a retest there to go and retarget the session lows. If not, then it is gone. Then no trade this morning on the JSE. Gold still at entry 4 hour. Want to see how this 4 hour closes. Ideally, I want to see this 4 hour candle close below this level right here. And then on the 5 minute on gold on the grids, we want to see what we do at this 2500 area. There's that 200 EMA. If we do get above that 200 EMA, we're going to target that daily flip and then 2505. Otherwise, we can look for some rejections here. But those are the only two things I'm looking at here. Kriba, I saw Friday afternoon stream got taken down. Are you serious? Let's check here. I think it could be due to the music, eh? What songs did we play on Friday?
I don't know, bro.
Thank you for letting me know. Oh, video is blocked 30th. Yeah, it's that Cardi B.
When did we play Cardi B?
Friday. Playboy Cardi. Sorry, Playboy Cardi. Okay, I'm just gonna edit the video now quickly. Should be back up a little bit later this afternoon. Okay, so obviously we can't play that song anymore. That song won't be played. Bro, how are these opera songs? Just dude, who owns them? How the hell do you own a song like that? Partially blocked. This video is blocked. Even the opera songs. Oh, Keenan, good morning, my brother. Great week to everyone. You said it was copyright of video. Because do you know about multi-viewer for F1 TV? You can literally have all 20 onboards at once in different windows. It's awesome. No, I didn't. You must let me know how to do that. But yeah, I just do 2 separate browsers. But yeah, F1 TV, pretty awesome. Seeing the sector times, a little bit more immersive, and you've got the ability to go on board with any one of the drivers, and you literally can listen in on the team radio as well. So the one race, I think it was Hungary, where I actually, I think for like 30 laps, I rode with Hamilton, and you can hear him like chatting to the team. Like there's a lot of onboard you don't hear during the race. So those oaks have like full conversations, geeks. Like, yeah, Bono, just check that quickly. All right. Okay, Hamilton, go L1, brake bias, front left. I think in rug pool, it took 300 trades at once, and usual trading style is not like that. King, you know also what it could be, and I'm to some extent I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt, is that if he was using a copy trader, I've seen it before where copy traders glitch out. So I'm not saying that that is the case, but here's my thing. Him going onto his Instagram, deleting all of his posts that related to trading, and there's only 2 posts on there, and it's 2 of him standing in like, I don't know, some designer clothes.
And
that
talking your whole community, your Discord community.
Is his Discord down?
Gone.
Where did you check? I couldn't find it.
I used to be in it. It's gone. He's deleted it.
Dude, in what world are we living in now? Let me check. You're 100% sure it's chalked, eh?
It's gone, bro.
Dude. 4 years to build up your name, and then in one day you absolutely wreck your name.
Wait, hold on. I'm looking it's back up.
Ooh, what is it called?
Hold
DVS.
on, hold on,
DVS.
hold on.
Share the link.
I want to see that.
DVS.
Nothing's been posted in it though. So it was, okay, that's the thing. It was down, it's back up. Where's the chat area? I want to see. General. Yeah, bro, so it was down, it came back literally today. The guys will be talking like, wait, should they all create a new Discord server? The name can be Fallen DVS in case Don decides to really delete the server.
Wait, say again?
This is them talking in his Discord. The members are saying they want to
WhatsApp,
make their own community.
What's happened to me?
Yeah, they want to make their own community because they're scared he's really going to take it down again. The Oaks, the own community. They post things like trader. If you reshuffle the letters, it can also spell retard. Bro, his own community's tearing him to pieces. 300 trades. How? He would have never been able to manage over 100 million in clients' money. It went into drawdown, which hurt his reputation. So when he went into a little drawdown, pressure got to him, which could have led to the 300 trades. It's an emotional outburst. Bro, what the hell? Like your own community's ripping you to pieces.
Keeks, where did you send it to me?
I'm gonna send it now.
Okay, shot.
Bro, this is crazy.
Donvo, hey man.
So yeah, he's not active, but the group was down. He's reactivated the group, but he hasn't spoken or anything in the group.
Donavello, hey man. Just an Asian dude with very good teeth. Chad, I'm not gonna lie, that man's teeth, I don't know where he got it done. Must be Turkey or somewhere, because that teeth is... The only thing I don't like is them shaving your actual teeth. Otherwise, dude, I would love some teeth that look like that, dude. Like, I just feel you can sell... People will just buy stuff from you. Like, bro, your teeth is so white. What are you selling? I'm selling toilet paper. Give me all of it. I want all of it. Unable to accept invite. Whoops. Unable to accept invite. Join. Can't.
Can't you join it?
Can't join it. 26,000 members. Damn. Chalked. Donvo got veneers. Chad. Keegan Willis. Smart Tolly concepts in full swing. Keegan, my brother. Friday we're getting that smart Tolly removed with the young vasectomy. Chad, that thing is like lingering on me. This entire weekend I had like this numb feeling. Can't believe Friday it's time to snip.
It's time, bro.
Yeah, I know King X. I think there's too many factors pointing towards him messing up. No, Keegan, really, I'm getting a vasectomy on Friday, bro. Getting a young vasectomy. Dr. Brimmer will be working his magic. 2 snips on the sack.
My boy gonna be shooting some blanks.
There's still some 15 live rounds, so if there's any ladies out there that still want to bank some of this, I can get it over to you. But yeah, my generation of people will go into my son's hand, Daniel Dix. May he continue to build out the family. So basically, people with white teeth are... Jen, here's the thing. If those teeth are so clean, you're going to listen to it, man. Those teeth are way too straight. His ones looked a little bit too overbuilt for me, because it always looked like his mouth was almost a little bit closed. Like, Chad, let's... so maybe his was a bit chunky, but... no, I promise you. Listen here, if you've... I don't know who of you follow Grant Cardone, but Grant Cardone said one of the first things you want to do in business, if you specifically you want to sell shit, he said you got to look the part. He's like, if you need to spend $20,000 on getting your teeth done, it's like forget a business plan, forget marketing, I promise you. He's like, bro, go get your teeth done. He's like, you gotta present well. Like those first impressions. If there's two guys walking in, the one is in a two-piece suit. He's gonna sell you business ideas. Another guy in a t-shirt. And I know you guys are gonna go with the movie of Will Smith, where he said, Will, not Will, whatever his name was. What would you say if a guy pitched with no shorts or with no shirt? Those trousers were impressive, something like that. But again, somebody with the teeth that square and white, hey man, you're gonna listen. Also read his 10x book, yeah. Yo, 4K, no bruh, I'll go with these skewed teeth. RPG, very random. I'm single. Alright, okay. Brimmer or Rimmer? Just Brian. Hey, Stian. Chad, here's the thing. Once I'm on the operating table there, and I see there's some lady nurses there, I'm going to say, listen here, it's much bigger. It is a little bit cold in this operating room. Don't judge. Don't judge. And they're all going to be like, oh, that's what all of them say. It's much bigger when it's hot. No, I'm for real, guys. Watching from Poland, you guys rock. Albert, amazing. Hi, Keeks. Listen, Chad, I'm actually considering taking Mo with and just saying, hey, guys, so Mo's my camera guy. We're shooting a little podcast here. I want him to see what's happening here behind the scenes. Michael, comfort. I want to tell him, guys, this is comfort mode. This is not even. This is eco mode. For the guys that drive BMWs, that is eco mode, eco pro. Everything is blue on the dash. You don't want to see it in Sport Plus. Traction control off. The nurses have seen it all. Hey, Anna. Now I already told my wife, listen here, Thursday evening, you're going to do some manscaping. I'm not going to go in there looking like a wildebeest that escaped from the Kruger National Park. Got to clean it up. Oh, no, Stefan, we had a chat about Chris, is Keeks going with you Friday? I wanted to get Keeks to go with me to protect me there and just tell the guys, listen here, I've seen better performances from this guy. Don't judge him on a cold Friday morning, cold Friday afternoon. I'll tell him it is pretty chilly in this operating room. Just gonna pee quick. See you guys now. You think they'll allow Mo to go with me? Just for Mo to check that I don't do any suspect stuff.
I don't know. You wouldn't be able to be like in the surgery room with you.
Chad, so you know what? On Friday, would there not be a reel of a guy going in for a vasectomy and the doctor playing a prank on him and being like, okay, count till 5. Get ready for your sex change. And the guy's like, what? Like that, bro.
Wait, Keeks, how you imagine this trade just holding till final TP, or are you closing partials? Eugene, okay, so I don't know how often you've been here or anything like that, but I do not do partials. I don't believe in it. So basically for me, break even point. So again, for guys that know how I scale in. So for me right now, my break even is basically over here. So at this point, my BE is over here. We went break even at this point. Then basically you justify, you bring your scale, your stop loss in profits. So at the moment, my break even is basically at 1%. So we'll see what happens. But yeah. Otherwise, to hold until full TP, bro.
No, I know the nurses have seen it all, but hey, man. It is what it is. Morning, Keeks. How are you managing this trade? Okay, I think you answered that.
I'm here, Jay. Just the first time I see you add multiple TBs, hence I'm asking days, man. No. So, bro, the only reason I don't add multiple TBs, that's not the thing. The only reason I do this is just the guys can, for example, because once I do this now, you can't see what the RR was. So, it's a 5R TP. Then I only do this just so basically the guys can see where 1% was, 2%, 3%, 4%, 5%. So you as a trader can decide if you wanted to pull out at 3%, 2%, whatever the case was. It's not like necessarily a TP for me.
And I actually went over the weekend, Keeks. Donvo made his viewers wait 2 hours before he starts the stream.
Yeah, he just lets the thing start running, bro.
Yeah, bro, that is so... yeah, that's when you get too big. That's when you think you're too big. Because here's my thing. Jave was in our office and I said, don't stop streaming because you've got a child now. Like, just be consistent. Even if you stream an hour. And also, if you schedule a stream for 8:30, like, you guys are waiting for the stream to start. So we got to respect you guys as well. So you guys tune in. And if we can't respect your time, how can you respect us?
Yeah.
And that is wrong for me. If you schedule a stream, you make the guys wait 2 hours for you. And then you... Oh, that's bad manners. That's just... it's just human decency. If you make an appointment for 12 o'clock, you don't pitch there at 2. Like, hey guys, I'm here. Yeah, dude, literally a waiting room there. And the guys sit there and wait. I don't know why, but... Because I'm going to do a little video on... everything started, if you think about it, Chad. Everything started with Forex Family years ago with Ted Safranco, Uncle Ted. And from Uncle Ted, Roger Banks came through the ranks there. Part of that group, Donvo was also always talking about Uncle Ted. So everything stemmed from Uncle Ted. And if you look at the way Uncle Ted does business, Uncle Ted then went on to go and do his broker. Roger Banks then went on to create his own mentorship. And then after that, Roger Banks also opened up his own broker, also faking accounts, doing test accounts. And after doing that, Tate Safranco then had a PAM that he himself managed on his own brokerage, got a lot of deposits on the PAM and then blew the PAM deliberately. So you basically get everybody to deposit and then you crash the PAM. So that was almost the CoffeeZilla did a 3-part on that. And now my thing is, if you look at the leader, let's call it not even the leader, if you look at where they stem from, the influence from Uncle Ted, just bad things have come from these guys. So it's just a matter of what is the end game for them. For Uncle Ted, that was Traders Domain's end game. That PAM that he blew up, He's set for life now, unregulated broker. The regulators can't really get to him. Raja Banks also having, I don't even, dude, you can't even say that is, let me just check. He claims to be regulated. The last time he was regulated on an island with only a donkey and somebody that got stranded there. They got him off there, but let's check here. Let's see where they are regulated.
Keys, if my RR is 1 to 2, does that mean I stand to gain 2%? I don't understand how those percentages work. Yeah, 1 to 2 means you're risking 1 to potentially make 2%. That's the 1 to 2. I never watched his download, but what made him so big was his kind of trading style. I wouldn't say necessarily it was his trading style that made him big. I think what made him big was I think of him trading live in this community and taking that account to $1 million. That whole progress of him doing that for me is what made him big.
I can't see any regulation here. Let's check here.
Yeah, that's the thing, Michael. It's always going to... So in the EQ straight, we always know there's the daily pivot and the EQ. The thing is, you have a breakaway from Asia low. So my thing is, you can always get that move. For example, where I'll say, I wanted the EQ because that's still the cleaner breakaway. But yeah, the daily pivot does become a very nice TP point as well, because they obviously can't have massive rejection away from that.
Chad, look at this, bro. Raja's Chad, dude. So here's the thing, just to show you. So Raja's business is registered here. I just want to show you guys quickly. So Raja's business is registered here, Comoros Union. This is off the east coast of Africa, here next to Mozambique. There's Comoros. This little island here. So he's already ring fenced it because there's almost going to be like no jurisdiction here. So the company is registered there at Bonneville Road, island off Mohili, and then management office is in Dubai. So why would you ring fence a business all the way here in a godforsaken little island? I don't even think you can land there. I don't even know if there's an airport here. A little African island that nobody has heard of. Yeah, Chad, the Oaks do weird stuff, and then maybe provided agents depend. Oh yeah, and this is what he says is his regulation, this IBC regulation that you pay for. I think we looked at it, so I don't know, bro. He just does stuff weird. Bahamas. As soon as brokers start doing these island type, these offshore entities, and the business is registered here, but the location is in Dubai, and Chad, run away. Because the reason they do it is because the day that they go tits up, nobody's going to come and litigate you in this place here. You can't even get there. So, anyways. Alright, Chad, this 4 hour, we're going to need to see this 4 hour flip bearish. I want to see this 4 hour go and fill that 4 hour wick. Still in this trade, have not yet managed it at all. Looking on the 5 minute, very ugly price action here. Still ranging. JSE, this is that zone that we're going to look for to potentially get into some shorts. Retarget the session lows. and then US 30 pulling back now somewhat. I think this could be your area to monitor for potential rejections and then retarget the session lows. What I would say though is if we retarget these session lows and we bounce off that daily pivot and we do something like this, just be careful to be greedy, because then what could happen is you could come all the way back to Asia lows. So I would say monitor this zone here and then monitor your daily pivot zone. DXY, what is DXY doing? Okay, DXY back inside the Asia range. Let's see if DXY can actually hold this zone here. Now, Keeks, why would you do business like that? Registering businesses on an island, and then you've got a business here, but your office is in Dubai.
No, you're trying to protect yourself from people trying legally to come back at you with anything.
Literally called lacking. Oh, Keeks, okay, I've never watched Donvo. Chris, I guarantee Raja is bad mouthing. Yeah, dude, go check his Twitter. He was all over it. Well, Labor Day. Yeah, Rasheen, we're actually not trading this afternoon, eh? I don't expect any volume this afternoon. My 2 cents on Don, it was marketing from when he blew that 200k right after that. It was day 1 locked in. Day 2 locked in and it bolted back fast. That's so planned in my eyes. Daily pivot is different depending on the chart. Yeah. And that's where we actually chatted about it last week, where we said if you've got any type of equity deal with the broker, how's it not a conflict of interest?
Yeah, Jason, it obviously can be different for the chart, but you analyze per the chart you're using. So how I analyze this is for this chart. So it's irrelevant if it's different, because you catch your own cuck if you're trying to trade one thing on one chart but then looking at the same thing on a different chart. They show different things, so you can't do that. You are analyzing for what that chart's giving you.
Alright, Chad, we're coming to the zone here, so let's see what we do here. Ideally want to see some type of test and then a minor break of structure before we take the trade. And then gold, yeah, gold is just not doing anything here. We're gonna need to get a playlist. $57 minutes left for this hourly. What I would want to see is a rejection of this 2500, and then I want to see DXY. Oof, DXY just crumbling here. Bounce off the daily pivot though, so let's see. Interesting. Interesting. Alright, there's that 200 on US 30. Yeah, I would love a test on that 200. I would love a test on the 200. Let's see here. What do you think is Raja's end game?
Just did nuke down.
You think that's his
I
end
just did nuke down, bro.
Prince Said Ibrahim International Airport. Okay, so there is an airport. These boys all have an end game. Alrighty, there we go.
Aren't you shorting gold?
Yeah, I am. Basically down 0.1%. Chad, there's the two positions there. First position there, then the scale was there on the 75% retrace of this 4-hour candle. Average price is in the middle here. There you can see barely red. So we've got quite a bit of room to wiggle here. This horizontal line here, that is, if we get a 4-hour candle closure above there, that's where I will chalk the trade idea. This is where I will call it, because then we've basically formed a double bottom. And this break of structure becomes invalid. And also then we're closing back inside of this range here. So that's why I liked the trade idea. Andre asking me this morning about it, and I said I like it. It's the first minor structure break that we got where we're actually not so extended away from this break of structure. And then the JSE, I want a physical. I want this to tap into that zone. Chill, dude. It's gonna be a slow one, yeah.
Yeah, no, markets aren't really doing anything, eh?
Hey, Ruben. What's up, my brother? Chad, I do think volume's gonna start picking up now in September. If you just go back on all of the years, it's going to start picking up now till the end of the year. So I think we basically through that volume lull, that summer break in the US, all of that. So Keegs, where was US 30 on a cracker? I actually want to check now.
I don't know, I don't actually
I
know
didn't check it. Keegs, something we didn't actually speak about is some of the guys that are working for brokers, trading with the brokers.
Yeah,
That is pretty interesting.
I don't know how that works, bro, because my thing is, we got so much shit about it to find, obviously, ways around it. But again, I don't see them having that option that we had.
Yeah, because they actually work for the broker. That's
Yeah.
weird. Sitting in the office, employed by it.
Like have access to the back end. You can manipulate your trades.
Yeah, I don't know.
you can-
And this is a guy that actually I think is like head of the IB division, showing accounts where it took 5 or 7K to like 100K. I don't know. Looks very odd to me.
It's and my thing is, bro. I don't want to say it's a trend, but now all of these boys from the same broker all of a sudden
Post
flashing
big
massive withdrawals.
Yeah.
Like
Sure.
like I can think there's 4 guys who've posted massive withdrawals, and they all at the exact same broker.
And it's also weird that same guy started a prop firm and then also posted where he said the prop firm owners were faking the payout amounts. Keek, so there's a definite a little bit of smoke hanging there. Or what would you say? So if the prop firm he was with, or that he started as well, was doing that. What do you think? Do you think there's something fundamentally going on there, or
I don't know, bro.
what is your feeling?
Maybe business is bad, and now you guys, you saw what you guys were educated by Randall on what other scammers and brokers were doing. You were like, damn, maybe we must do the same thing. I don't know. Maybe they get an idea somewhere, thinking that marketing's gonna help with business. I don't know.
Keeks, do you think we must maybe get that guy on a call quickly? Do you think we must quickly call that guy and ask him on the stream?
Shoo.
I think we must ask him quickly. Let me see if I've got his number. Chad, wait. Let's get let's hear it straight from the source here.
Guys, I love how the days where I'm like, when I choose violence, Chris is like, bro, placid, he's just chilled. Then it's like the days where I'm like, just like relaxing, yeah, it's a Monday morning. Chris is coming in here, all cylinders firing. Guys, I'll let you know that I'm literally like about to go break even on the trade. Well, not break even, my break even is at 1%. But just so you guys are aware, it's like on the edge, guys.
Yeah, Chad, it's slow, so let's maybe just find out. We would like to find out how that works. Yeah, it's just I don't know. Maybe the compliance team from Vault Markets is just way too strict. But I just want to find out something here. Let's check here.
Sure, guys, if I survive this little break even, yeah.
Alright, Chad, I've got a number here. I'm just going to ask the gentleman if he can jump on a Teams call quickly. Just to chat a little bit. Industry chats. What do you rate, Keeks? Just a little industry chats.
Little industry chats coming up.
just save this number quickly here. Let me just bring this code over here. Okay. Little industry chats. My brother.
What's up, man?
Six two four two. Alrighty. How many minutes do we have left? Wait, Chad, here we go. JSE. Back in the range. Interesting. Interesting. 4 hour on gold. Let's check the 4 hour on gold. We still have 44 minutes left, so let's see. If we hold this 2500 level and we start breaking high, then I'm going to look for a scalperino here. And JSE now, is this everything a fake out back into the range? Very, very interesting, chat. So we might even look for a potential long here. That is if we hold this bottom zone here. They all do it. Shady stuff. I was watching podcasts over the weekend. Words of wisdom, and there were 4 traders. They spilled some beans for sure. Chad, let me see if I will show you guys some stuff when I prepare this video with Don.
All right, guys, that's me out at 1%.
Keegan, 1%.
Just let the guys know.
David, we had a chat about Don. It's suspect, my dude. It's actually sad. Here's my thing. You never want stuff to happen like that because it just sours the entire trading community. That's the thing. If influencers are doing bad business, here's the thing. If everyone was doing legitimate business, you would actually see the industry growing, and you wouldn't see the industry actually people fighting over the same pie. You would actually have an industry that's expanding, more people coming to the industry. But what's happening now is there's a certain group of people in the trading industry, brokers, influencers, all they do is they recycle that same batch of people. That same batch of people is usually the ones that jump from broker to broker. They're the ones that buy signals here, buy signals there. So you're actually getting an industry that's getting a very bad name and a bad reputation. But if the platform or the foundation that the industry is built on is strong, you'll actually see the pie getting bigger. Not everyone fighting over a small little pie. And that's the issue. That's even with the prop firm space where I said prop firms going down is it's not a zero-sum game where the business that they lost now goes to another prop firm. No, that business goes idle. some people are gonna say, let me rather trade with a retail broker, whatever, because props are a scam. So you guys hear what I'm saying? It's not good for the industry, unfortunately. But yeah, the guys are very, very short-term minded, and everything is about getting results now. Nobody wants to actually move slower, build something of quality, and this is the product of it. All right, Chad, nice rejection here on gold. Let's see, we still have 40 minutes left. Ideal scenario is this 4-hour closes bullish, but closes bullish below this level. Then similar to what we had, yeah, this was, we were actually in this trade that Friday, Thursday. Similar to this, we took the same trade, I think it was 2 weeks ago. Took the short, scaled in, had a nice bullish candle closure below that previous support level, and then the next 4 hour and the 4 hour after that gave you the move down. So ideally, we want to see something similar to that, where we create a support, but the support closes there somewhere, and then we can look for that break of structure to the downside. And guys, please don't think we the enforcers now of the industry. It's just asking honest questions, and we have to keep each other honest in the industry. We've said it so many times. If we're doing some shady stuff, we need to get called out. If anyone is doing something, and there's nothing wrong with asking questions. So if we go to a specific influencer or a broker, and we say, hey man, so one of your employees actually showing an account in his name, posting that he's in a trade, showing that it's real money. How is it that he's able to trade with you guys, having access to the back end? Is that not a conflict of interest? Because now ultimately what you're doing is you're posting something to try and solicit clients by representing it as a real account, which is actually not the case. So is that not false representation of the product or service that you provide?
Gotta keep him honest.
What do you rate, Keegs?
No, that's right.
And then that same group of guys flex with fake watches. So everything is fake if you look at the entire thing that they're trying to portray. It's knockoff watches, it's fake accounts, it's fake withdrawals, it's prop firms posting fake stats for monthly payouts. So, so much fuckery in one place, huh? Can you believe it? And the watches, that is actually somebody that's in the watch business told us. Keeks, you know who? Somebody that actually sells legitimate watches told us. I'm not going to name the guy, but when we were chatting about watches, and he said, there's a group of guys, here's the contact, that actually sell these knockoffs, and there's a group of guys that actually go on social media with it. Chris, I know you want to get in a fight with you. You will hunt me down, bro. No, man, Dude, yeah, here's the thing. I don't even have to hunt. Can you talk about CME Group? What must we talk about the CME, Chicago Mercantile Exchange Group? And they're all in Dubai. No, these are actually Cape Town gents. Where can I find the guys selling knockoffs? Asking for a friend. Babe, I'll check on my. I think they IG, sent us a message on IG. I have to be honest, dude. The knockoffs look real. The one guy that was in our office here in P as well. That one day I posted an AP. Keeks, that AP looked real. Even the Rolex. Like for us that don't really know watches, I was like, bro, this thing looks honestly real. Are you guys ever gonna get Jason Noah on a pod? Just wondering how legit he is.
Why the hell would we put that guy on a pod?
I was on a pod with him. I think it was 2 years ago when Vault Markets asked me to do the into the vault or the trading vault. He was one of the first guys I interviewed. Actually enjoyed the interview, and then later on I just saw what a disingenuous, as Rydell would say. It's just a young, disingenuous man. Yeah, the session, my dude. Let's see. In a buy, you can get everything fake. Yeah, dude. They couldn't even tell. 100%. My brother that's into watches, he's like, he's really into watches. And he actually bought a fake watch. And the only way, he didn't even know it was fake. He bought it, a Rolex Daytona. I think he paid 700k for it. And he took it to, what's the guy from Luxury Time? They actually have a guy in P as well, that Rian, or that guy that sponsors Drinkers. So he's got a partner here in Port Elizabeth, and my brother took it to him. And here's the thing though, my brother didn't buy it from a person. My brother bought it from a jeweler, a big jeweler here in Port Elizabeth. So I'm not going to name names here. And he took it to him, and the guy was like, bro, it's fake. And he's like, there's no way I bought it from the place. And he's like, can't be. He's like, dude, I bought it from this place in P. One of the biggest jewelers, like when it comes to high-end watches. Took it back. They gave him back his money. They got themselves in a bad deal where even a jeweler got duped. Watching the pod with Chris, and yeah, dude, I actually enjoyed the pod. To be honest, I enjoyed it, but I think things changed. People change. There's Don, innocent guy, started off working in a grocery shop, put in the work, was on time, humble, just putting in the hard yards. And when the success started paying off, things started to slide. So, Chad, exactly the same with Raja. Raja was streaming, doing all of this, and as soon as the success started rolling in, he doesn't know how to talk to people. He's gunning people. So I think if we ever get to that stage, myself and Keeks, we must rather just not stream. We'll have a pissing contest here in the office, and then me and him will be like, hey bro, what Rolex do you have? I've got the fake Daytona all the way from Dubai. Keeks would be like, I've got the fake AP all the way from Cape Town. They give me the fake AP and a fake withdrawal to go with it. The starter pack. The IB starter pack. Fake withdrawals and a fake watch. Okay, Chan, I'm just going to pee. I'll see you guys. I don't know why I'm peeing so much. Sheesh. Trade vault. So that's the thing.
What's that?
Try the IB pack. You get the 3,000 Rand fake AP or Rolex.
Yeah. Yeah.
show the watch. I'll check if I can organize that for us.
Let's see what's happening here with batteries. You watch the train with Vorkris is back. Yeah, guys, for me, basically, this session's done. I'm probably not taking anything else for the day. The best is that the best is that they don't fake like entry level races and shit. They fake like rare watches normally, and it, yeah, no, they don't think that far, bro.
Oh, maybe I'll ask my brother for some real Rolexes, kids. Then we can at least lease them for like a little shoot.
Hey, Chad.
Chad, here's the thing though. 2 years ago, I wanted to buy 3 Rolexes, and I was trying through one mate of mine that he does it as like a little side hustle. He's on the list. So just to give you guys an idea, it's going to take you minimum 3 to 5 years to get your first Rolex from a Rolex store, and this is after being on the waiting list, phoning them every second week, asking them, listen here, is there a watch? Is there a watch? So you can't just go into a shop, any Rolex shop, and buy a Rolex. You can't. Even if you have all the money in the world, it's not gonna happen. So I asked this mate of mine, and he said, bro, it took him 4 years to get. And he said, once you get on there and you start buying watches, then you're in the system. Okay, the same with my brother. I think it took him 3 years. I think there's a Rolex in Sandton and there's a Rolex in Cape Town. Both of those places will phone him and say, listen, we've got a Datejust, whatever, 44 millimeter. Do you want it? Don't you want it? So you can't just buy Rolexes. Secondly, Rolex is very smart with what they do in terms of supply and demand. They always control the supply and demand. So there will never be enough supply for the demand of the watches. That's why the sticker price, you will never, unless you have bought many Rolexes or you're on the list, you're never going to buy a Rolex for sticker price. You're going to always have to buy it second hand. That's the first thing. So when these guys post watches that are close to 3-4 million rand, Chad, please, man, we're talking about just as a dude. Let me not even get into it. What car must you be driving to have a 4 million rand watch? My brother does well for himself, and he doesn't even have an AP.
Yeah, bro, I think that's me for this session, eh? I'm chilling now.
Are you chilling?
I'm chilling, bro.
Chinchilla. Chad, I might take a long year on the JSE. Broke back into the range. I'm just gonna wait for a minor break of structure here. Once we get that, I'm gonna take a bang at it. Gonna be very aggressive though, because if we start breaking below this level again, I might go short. So get ready here.
Dom, the thing is, nothing's gonna happen to him, bro. End of the day, you willingly signed up for all of that. It's irrelevant of that it's other people's money.
What's that done, bro?
Yeah, like it's as morals. Yes, it makes you feel bad as a person, if anything, but you're not going to do anything. You willingly signed up for that copy server trading and all that type of stuff. So it's not that anything doesn't make a difference because you lost. That's the risk you take when you get involved in that. That's the same thing as kind of going and saying like, me and Chris go to the casino. Chris tells me to put everything on black, and then I blow up, and now I blame Chris. It's, yeah, you can't do it.
I must still figure out the lot sizes. Chad, went with the long year. Going with 130 point stop here. Yeah, okay, this is dollar, I forgot. What is this? Okay, take profit is going to be the upper end of this range, so 350 points.
Sheesh.
350 points here on the JSE. I way undersized. I went 5 cons, but 5 cons is like nothing. $40, what is that? 800. Okay, 5 cons is not bad. Okay, 5 cons there. Let's check it out.
Did you add another one?
No, I just moved the stop loss there.
Alright.
All right, Chad. There's the position. We're going to need to get through this 200. That's the level that I will monitor, similar to what we saw on, I think it was Friday. Yeah, Friday. Yeah, check here. Got back into, I actually rejected the range there, but let's see. Let's see what she does. But I'm going to be honest, in Dubai, it's a lot easier to get a Rolex. So me and my brother were actually thinking of flying to Dubai to go and get the watches. But then you just need somebody to ship the boxes for you. Because they see you at the airport, you're going to pay, what do they call it? Duties, import taxes. Because they know a lot of, so you wear the watch and you board your flight. Guys, gold not looking great, to be honest here. But we'll still see 4 hour, 22 minutes left for the 4 hour. What I will say is, depending on how this 4 hour closes in 22 minutes, yeah, I would even say I would still hold it, but then this 4 hour needs to close below this level, Chad, because look left here with me. Every single time we broke below this level and price closed back above it, we shot up. And if we closed below that level, we shot down. So this zone here, this is going to be, if we close above this zone on the 4 hour, I'm going to jump out of the shorts. All right. Then I'm going to kill the trade. Currently running minus 0.2%. And then this JSE trade needs to get above this 200. And if we get above this 200 and we hold it, at that stage, I will go break even on this trade and see if we can trade it back into this opening range here.
Watching you from India. Hey.
Oh, Chad, look at this gold pushing now, going for that daily flip zone.
Ryan, he's trading on a live account.
What's that?
He's asking if you traded the JC on a funded or a live account.
No, it's just it's a live account, my brother. So there's only 2 brokers so far that I know that actually provide the JSE. It's IC Markets and IG Markets. Wouldn't go with IG Markets if I'm very honest with you guys. Just weird stuff happening there.
Yeah, Sibusisi, I think, bro, that's obviously a different situation.
What's that?
He's like, Chris, but what about Floyd Mayweather? He normally buys watches, Rolexes often. Does he also wait? I'm saying, but that's a whole different ball game.
No, dude. Floyd Mayweather obviously is not going to wait. Jacob and Co. make specific one-of-one pieces for him. Same as with what's the name? Hublot as well. Hublot, Jacob and Co. What's the name? Got a special Rolex made for him. No, so yeah, that's different, dude. That is, yeah.
That's not a normal retail guy.
No. Floyd, yeah. Jacob and Co. and these guys make watches specifically for these guys, one-of-ones. Oh, gold ski. Yeah, no, Chad, gold is going for it, yeah. Gold is going for it. Let's check it out here. I'm just monitoring this quickly. On the broker side, we've actually broken through the 200. Yeah, on the futures side, we haven't. So, oh, there we're getting that push. Nice. Nice. Okay. Spreads are horrific. Guys, can't really scalp this, if I'm honest. There's your daily flip zone. Can't really scalp this. Let's do this quickly. Daily flip zone. Okay, let's see if we hold it. If we start trading above 2505, I will start looking for longs. These will obviously be scalps. JC trade. Yeah, Chad, just to show you guys quickly on the other side. So obviously the feed on IC is slightly different. It's slightly different. Just to show you guys here quickly. So the 200 there held. I just want to show you guys there. So the 200 there held already. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go break even on the broker side. The risk wasn't a lot. What was the risk? The risk, what is that? Okay, $40. Yeah, it's about 800. Yeah. So I'm gonna go break even on the JSE trade. We have now gone break even on it. And the opening range on the broker side, Chad, is literally at 76132. So it's not this. This candle is actually not the open, believe it or not. Or did I get it wrong? Let me just check here, Chad. Maybe I got it wrong. 10 o'clock. What time? 11:40. So this thing is an hour ahead. Yeah, Chad, it's weird. We're about to. So on the broker, this is the opening range. The opening range is sitting here. That is the target there. So basically a 1-to-1. About to take profit now. Let's see. It's literally spreads opening up a bit here. Just to show you guys, there's the account. Just put 1,000, basically 20k in here. So you gotta open up those spreads. Yeah, so like I said, I think I got the lot sizes wrong here, but okay, there, take profit is hit. $25, so what is that? 500, no, not even 500 Rand. I need to go and figure out the lot sizes, but like I mentioned, this will become a staple for the stream. So if you want to, I don't suggest trading with any other broker except Vault Markets, but if you want to trade it with us, those are the brokers that you can trade with. IC Markets. That's a cock, 5 lots. Jeez, so I'm gonna have to go like.
Chris is bringing back the 100 lots.
No, I'm happy to risk like $100 per trade while we still testing it out here. I would say ideally, Keegs, what I want to do with the JSE strat is build it up to risk like 10k per trade. So if you can make anywhere around 5 to 10k a day on that, that could be decent.
Oh, that's proper, bro.
Then we don't even have to get fake APs. We can maybe oh, Chad. Yeah, I know, Chad, unless something dramatic happens in 15 minutes, gonna nuke this position. No continuation, breaking back above. There's that structure break we spoke about. So this effectively becoming your double bottom, closing back in the range, and back in the range we go, Chad. Back in the range we go. Guys, I know we're working, but can you guys please advise? I'm going through my first breakup with someone I was with for 3 years. I can't focus. I'm down bad. Please advise. Jen, $100 risk on what account? Jen, I'm only going to put like 50k in there. So what is 50k? Like $2,000. So, no, what am I talking about? Let's go. USD. Yeah, $2,800. So we can actually, I'll risk like 10% per trade. So let's say $250. That capital in there is purely working capital. It's not percentage based. It's purely for managing the trade. Only thing is, why does this show me something different here? 9 o'clock. So this is actually okay. So this thing artificially closes that gap. Yeah. So this is your opening range, Chad. So the idea with this is, remember I told you guys, hey, gold is punishing us here. I can actually kill the trade already, but let's see. Daily flip zone bringing a lot of volume there. Okay, let's see, Chad. Closing above 25.05. Didn't retest this 200 though. That's interesting. Very seldom do we break and not retest that 200. As you guys can see, even on Friday, breaking that 200 and then coming straight back to test it. So I'm very, very cautious to actually see a continuation here. Even here, chat on Thursday. Thursday Asian session. Yeah, we had a move away. Okay, let's see. Ooh. Okay, anyways, too late. Idea that I had was there was your retest, but this 200 being untested is not a good one for me. 15, where's the 15 200? 15 200 is all the way up there. Hmm. 10 minutes, Chad. Let's see. Highly unlikely we're going to close below here. Thing is, I wouldn't necessarily, I wouldn't flip bullish now on gold. I think if it was any other day, if the US was going to be online today, I think it would have been a different day. I also think you would have seen Keegan's trade playing out beautifully. Keegs, you want to look for re-entries here, eh? Because this is now the first back test after the break.
I grab our and enter once.
One grab to...
So one grab to risk it all.
Chad, to come back to this here, the idea is to basically, you use the opening range almost like we use the Asia range. So if we fake out below it and we close back inside of it, you're always going to target the top of the range, which we did here. So that's the opening range there. Technically, we could have already gotten in there. I was looking on this chart, so it is somewhat different, Chad. Why does it look like this one's lagging? So I think we're going to need to take it on the IC markets one. Let's check here. SA40. Not compare. Keys, I'm just going to manage this gold trade, and I think we can also start wrapping up. There's nothing else.
I'm all good, bro.
I just want to see what gold is going to do here. Yeah, this is better, chat. I think we're going to start using this one. I'm actually going to remove this JSE. This is the actual one we will be trading. There we go. Beautiful. Okay, gold. Yes, Chad, I'm considering shorting this on US 30. because here was the clean break. There's the retest, but let's see what she does here. Gold, yeah. Oh, there we go with gold. Still 5 minutes left. What was your bias on gold, Keeks?
Wanted the bearish move, but I am neutral on the day, so I want to actually see a bit of a pullback today, tomorrow probably, and then drop off the rest of the week.
Chad, because this is a zone where we can. Oh, but I'm not. Oh, it's a cuck trade now. 5 minutes left. Let's see where we close. Yeah. Basically almost a percent down, Chad. Almost a percent. Just show you guys there. There's the trade. 5 minutes left. Yeah, no, can't hold it. Even though a stop is still in place. Because we're back in the range. For the guys that join us on the back testing. Oh yeah, there's that trade. Fucking rookie stuff there. 3 positions scaled in, closed it at break even there. Boom. Literally died straight after that. Yeah. Where's your key level on gold, Kicks? Is it this zone? Yeah, eh?
Literally at it right now. 25A6.
I just want to check because, yeah, bro. If you look at the cracker as well, it's not a zone where it can reject. But we're back in the range. Oh, it would be silly. How much would I save here, chat? Sorry, man. I just want to check how much I would save. So what is that? That is 1.2% at risk here. 1.1% at total. So I'll be saving 0.33. 0.33. Yeah, dollar is offline today. Yeah, there's nothing really guarding the dollar, eh? Yeah, I know, chat. I'm gonna eat this stop, eh? Not full stop. Gonna save maybe, what is it, 0.335%. Doesn't sound like a lot, but yeah, this the structure has reversed. Technically, what I should be doing is I should actually be going long as soon as this closes and scaling into the long position. But no, it's Monday. We've got no North American session, so I'm not going to risk it. Just going to wait here for this 4 hour to close, and then we're going to nuke it. Yeah, this thing is lagging, my bro. Chad. Chad, actually going with a little short here.
What's that on?
The JSE. Shorter there, Chad. Little double top here on that opening range. Going to do like a 100-point stop. This thing is pretty. Spreads are sure. Okay, what I want to do here is, Chad, I'm going to retarget that range low. So let's see if we can play this range. I'm going to go break even once we hit that 200. Idea here was bearish engulfing on the 1 minute. Sorry, then just closing gold. Just killed the gold trade now. So minus 0.736. So a little less than 1%. I don't know if you guys can see it. Gold. So kill the gold trade. Unfortunately not working out. First swing trade of the week. But coming back to the SA40 trade, the idea here was that we failed at this range high, the opening range. We still bearish on the day with what the Hang Seng did. So double top here potentially. Bearish engulfing, taking a previous 1 minute high. So that being like your little double top. And how we would manage this trade is if we break above something like this, we can just kill the trade. If we hold it like that, we just manually kill the trade. Otherwise we're going back to this range low, because ultimately we still want to see a bearish move. We want to see the day actually closing bearish. So just setting the take profit there. Sorry, Kicks, last one, then I'm done for
Nah, ciao, bro.
For the day.
You do your thing there.
Yeah, gold not playing. So let's see. If we get a scenario like that, breaks above, retest and hold, we just kill it. Just basically putting the risk back on that we had with the profit we took earlier. So just gonna play the ranges a bit here this morning. And then your gold on the scalp. There's your daily flip zone, 2505 Asia is beautiful. Lines up perfectly with this zone here. So if you want to take some scalps here, wait for a retest here to hold. If that retest holds and you get a break there, you can take the break once it breaks that structure higher. Daily pivot, weekly pivot, everything up there. But let's see what this bad boy is going to do here. Ideally, what we want to see on the 1 minute chat is we want to see a nice little break of structure here. I think we're solid then. Then we can confirm this as a little top. So let's check here if we can get a nice little break below there. And then we're going to need to break below this 200. Otherwise, if we re-hold this 200 can be a little bit of a short-term support for us. up there, 28.
So Keek, sorry, did you answer? I think I missed it. Did I answer what? What did I answer? Keys, you're gonna take another shot to grab it. No, Andre, grab it is a one-shot pony.
It's one trick pony, Andre.
One entry a day. That's it, bro.
One pony to rule them all. Oh. Alrighty, Chad. Let's see here. Okay, nice little break here. I like this. So let's see if we can go and challenge that 200. Spreads are pretty cuck, I'm not gonna lie. The spreads are bad. I would say maybe like the older Ford Raptor. Not a Ford F250, but like the Raptor that's here in South Africa. That's more or less what the spreads are. Sometimes it goes to like a F250, but for the most part it's like a F150. And then it lags and it's, hey Chad, look at that thing. That's not a little car there. Me and Keegan's car next to one another. Gold. There's that daily flip zone, but let's just manage this bad boy here quickly. Is this the yearly pivot? I just want to check here, chat. I think that is the yearly pivot, if I'm not mistaken. Let's just see. Dude, the JSE could become that little thing that keeps us busy. The JSE can become our aviator, Keeks. While we wait for our main trades, then we just play the JSE. We play the JSE on the side skirt. Alright, Chad, let's see if we can break this 200. Gold, let's see, gold holding here. We could even still get that gold trade as well. So starting off slow here and maybe going to a little bit of a busier session here at the end. Keegan, but your wallet is padded, eh? So you just a young 2K for some kawaii snacks later. If I can bang this trade, then also that's me. What is that? $70 for the day. It's not a 2K, but it's
like a little bit short.
Bro, it's a young wallet patter. USD to ZAR. $70. Oh, 1,250. Some MACD money. Some McDonald's. Yeah, Chad, I'll start, now that the deposits have landed, I'll start bumping up the risk from tomorrow. I'll start risking like $100 and then see if we can build it up to like 250 and then potentially like 10K per trade. Because here's the thing why I like the JSE when I chatted to Nazam over the weekend as well, is that the Hang Seng provides us the bias and we basically just wait for that bias to play out. Once we're going to start throwing some bags here, that's what we're going to do. We've got our bias set and it's very simple after that. Alright, Chad, I just want to go break even on this once we tapped at 200. But I think, yeah, Chad, for me, that's the session. We took our stab at the gold shorts. In all honesty, considering that the dollar was offline today, should have maybe rethought that, but it was there. Same as Keek said this morning. His US 30 short was there. He still told me he doesn't necessarily like the price action, but the setup was there. And if the setup is there, you take it. You can't bring all of these other little thoughts in, and I can respect Keeks for that. He said, bro, setup is there, I'm shorting it. It works, it doesn't work. Alright, chat, so again, break even on this. Just want to go break even quickly. So yeah, just gonna let this run to this opening range low. We can have a scenario where we're going for the daily S1 chat. So if you want to go for the guys that trade it with us, or if you don't trade it, then you don't even have to listen to what I'm saying. But for the guys that do actually trade it with us, if you want to go for extended target, monitor, take your take profit out, put your take profit as a minimum at the current daily low, and then monitor this area down here, because similar to what happened on Friday, just want to show you guys on Friday quickly. Friday we held the opening range low. I think the opening range low was, it was here. Where the flip was it? Thursday or Friday, but what happened was, we did exactly what we did now. We faked out back into the range. We went all the way to the top of the opening range. We broke down lower. Then we broke down here. Nizam, I don't know if Nizam is still online. I don't think he's online. But we actually went through it on the weekend. And then it actually gave you another entry here. So you can actually add an entry there. And then what you do is your second entry down here, that stop loss, you put half of the range, and this one you put your stop loss in profit. So this position becomes neutral, and then you get a double bagger. So you double up your position with no risk, and that's the potential setup. I'm not going for that. I'm just going for the low-hanging fruit here. That gives us a little bit of margin going into the week, and then gold. Yeah, gold now at the daily flip zone. Like I told you, I'm not too convinced of the continuation, because every single time we break through the 200, we usually come back straight. That looks, sorry, Chad, that looks bad. We come back to test it, so that's why I didn't look for the continuations there. Go back, just looking at classical price history. But yeah, Keeks, that, bro, session done for me. I don't know, bro. This morning I wasn't really feeling locked in, because it almost felt like a public holiday day again. Not really locked in 100%, but yeah, we're gonna get some stuff done here. Keeks, any closing remarks? We on the full screen now, my brother.
Yeah. I think for me, I mean, not a bad day, still a W day. Some guys had the bigger W than others, but it was still a W day, W trades, walking away profitable. So, I think, guys, even with heads up, I'm not even going to trade the T2 today. A complete bank holiday, no, I'm not expecting volume, I'm not expecting anything. So I'm not going to risk a bullet on something that's just like 50-50. So that's just a heads up from my side. Maybe Chris does still, I don't know, but I'm not going to.
No, I can't. I'm next to the tennis court.
Yeah, so yeah, neither of us will. But yeah, I mean, still got the W's there this morning, so very happy with it. And I think it was a good thing, like we said, sometimes you don't like what you see, but if that's the strategy, if that's the boxes being ticked, you've got to take the trade. So I think it was a good thing how us just following through with our rules here today.
Chat, yeah, it's Monday. It's NFP week. Every single NFP week we talk about it being choppy, being rangy, all of that. So no different here. It's the beginning of a new month. Monthly wicks are going to be formed. So if we expecting the dollar to go bullish this month, it will first create a bottom wick and then flip bullish at NFP. If we're expecting a dollar to go bearish, the dollar will first push up and then flip bearish with NFP. So NFP week is usually that week that creates the monthly wick, the bottom wick or the top wick. And then for the rest of the month, we use that data to trade into a certain trend. So we will be prepping our guys when I think, are we going to do Thursday, Keegs? It makes more sense to see more price action. So the call will be on Thursday and not on Wednesday. I will still chat to Keegs. I might pool my funds with Keegs or give him another account. I don't know. It's so quick. I think we can rather just each put 100k into the account and go with NFP. So Chad, peace and love, baby. We will see you guys tomorrow. Unfortunately, no NYSE stream. Don't get yourself into trouble. Still a long week ahead. Business end round about Thursday, and then obviously the big one on Friday. So keep your head in the game. Friday, big one. Peace and love, baby. Thanks, Keeks. Cheers.
With